Hello again from Northampton County, Pennsylvania, and a neat little piece of cement and railroad history right here. What you're looking at in this mess of weeds and sticks here is actually another coal dump, I think. It's what it appears to be as far as what I can tell. Now, this, I believe, is a coal dump that was utilized by the Northampton and Bath Railroad to service the Atlas Cement Company. Am I 100% sure that it was a coal dump? No, I'm never 100% sure of anything. But I did find some coal in the area that I'll point out in a second. And it looks very similar to any other kind of coal dump or ore dump that I've seen in the past. Now, since they were producing cement in this area, there wouldn't be a need for ore, but there certainly would have been a need for coal. So in a second, I'm going to read a blurb that I copied from the internet. It gives a little bit of information about the Northampton and Bath. Very little bit of information. I didn't go too crazy. But I found this yesterday while hiking the Norbath Rail Trail with Stella. We decided to go off trail and came across this neat little coal dump right here. So I would love to hop down in here and give you guys a look down beneath, but there's a good chance I'm not getting back out. And that would be frowned upon by the emergency crews that would have to pull me out of there. So since I don't want to be that guy, we'll skip climbing down below. But I will climb up here real quick, get you a better look. So I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a little arch down there, which has intrigued me, but again, I can't get down. It's too far of a drop, and I'm too out of shape to pull myself back out of there. I apologize for the noise. We're right by a road. There's heavy truck traffic here as we're right near a still active cement plant. So let me read you something real quick. Okay, during the nation's period of rapid industrialization, let me start over. This is from the Northampton and Bath Railroad by Peter Brill. Okay, during the nation's period of rapid industrialization, the Atlas Portland Cement Company for a time was the world's greatest manufacturer of Portland cement. Now, I believe that Portland cement gets its name because it resembled a kind of stone that was being quarried somewhere in the United Kingdom in the area known as Portland. I think that's what I read when I was doing research about the Lehigh Cement Company about a year and a half ago. So I think that's what the Portland refers to. It doesn't refer to a location in the United States, but I believe it refers to a location in the United Kingdom. So this is kind of similar to that one that we looked at in Emmaus the other week, only that one was a bit more structurally sound. You can see you've got the huge ties going across the top, some metal remaining. A little more from that book. Initially, Atlas relied on its Atlas Railroad to operate mill trackage, as well as a spur to the nearby Central Railroad of New Jersey, which handled all the mill's traffic. In 1902, the cement company incorporated the Northampton and Bath to take over the Atlas Railroad trackage outside of the mill and operate as a wholly independent carrier. Sorry, I can't even read my own writing. Within 3 years, the Northampton and Bath was extended to Bath Junction, which is about 6.5 miles north of here, if I'm not mistaken. And there it had connections with the Lehigh and New England and the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western. So that's essentially what the Northampton and Bath was. It was a bridge road between the CNJ down here by the Lehigh River, and then the Lehigh, New England, and the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western a little further north of here. So here's some of the coal that I found in the area. But it's not real shiny like anthracite. So perhaps it's bituminous, perhaps it's just lost its luster. Well, right here, that's the rail trail right there. So you can see, well, and former Northampton and Bath rail bed. So it just broke right off this line right here. And then they came over here to dump their coal or whatever was being dumped here. Pretty sure it was coal. Yeah, this is the Northampton and Bath Railroad. Interesting little line. I'm just getting started on this one. So give me a little leeway, please, if I'm getting anything wrong. But yeah, I believe 1902 when they started operations and provided transportation for the Atlas Cement Company, who actually, I was reading, filed a petition with the ICC about the rates that were being charged by the Northampton and Bath at one time. So it wasn't a homogeneous relationship for its existence, but nonetheless, Northampton and Bath Railroad was the supplier or the carrier of Atlas Portland cement. And they utilized, like I said, the Central Railroad of New Jersey along the Lehigh, and then the Lehigh, New England, and the Delaware, Lackawanna, closer to the Bath region of Pennsylvania. But I thought we'd just check out this neat little spot. Coal dumps are always fun to look at. I'll try to put a little extra information about the Atlas Cement Company in the description, but I'm not going to get carried away yet, as I'm not ready to quite take on the challenge of all the history that company has. All right, folks, thanks.